Today was the last race of the year. I think the announcer was saying it was the last like race in general for Colorado, not just our series, but among all the series. Probably for just off-road series. I'm sure there's probably still some motocross races somewhere. But anyhow, I wanted to talk a little bit about my finish. I ended up winning my class. I didn't do what I wanted to do, which is to break into the top 20 in the overall. I ended up getting 27th, which I've finished higher than that before. But in this series, and probably in all series, you never know who's going to show up. Sometimes there's a consistent set, and then there's various people that come and go, and Aztec's pretty popular. It's a pretty fun track. As you can see with my lap times, you can ignore the first lap, but because it's shorter. But the rest of the laps, I tend to just this is what I tend to do in most of my races. I go down and down and get slow or not slower. I get faster and faster as the race goes on. Quite often, my last lap is my fastest, but today it was actually kind of slow. I don't. I think if I remember right, I had like almost fell over or something. But then if we talk about my time behind leader, this is I thought was very interesting because um, Mike Smith got out to the early lead. I'm always slow to start, and you see his gap building up till the sixth lap. He's almost exactly a full minute ahead of me, and then I stop the gain for the next couple laps, and then I start cutting into him, and just a few laps later, I'm in the lead. Um, so and ended up winning by a little over 2 minutes. So that's good, but that's my strength is longevity, not all out speed. So um, my GoPro screwed up in some really weird way. So I am going to talk through a lap, but it's not going to be from the start because my GoPro didn't even get the first full lap, and then for some weird reason it shut off, and then by some weird miracle at some point later it turned back on. Um, so here we are. We're starting lap 14 here, and um, we're getting ready to come up on the bigger jumps. So again, we just started lap 14. This is the biggest jump on the track. This was I overshot it, almost went out through the bales there one time, which was ironic. The guy right in front of me did go through them. So this gets chewed up a little bit here. Track was really dry as the day went on. Even the front track got really dry. If you don't know Aztec, there's the actual Aztec, and behind it there's a place called Wild Rat, which is I believe a private track or something like that, or membership track or something. But anyhow, they didn't water it at all, so it was just an absolute dust bowl. But as you can see, there's really not any moisture left in the ground out here on Aztec itself either. And then for these races, they always they change up the layout compared to how it normally is. Now we're getting ready to come up to like a rhythm section of doubles here. I had talked to the pro who was parked next to me before the race. I was like, "What do you think about trying to clear those?" Because it's not something I usually do. These kind of rhythmy things, but they're very peaky, probably more than they look so in the video. Pretty dangerous if you come up short, and if you went long, it was really going to suck. And he literally just said, "Hey, ride, live to ride another day. I wouldn't mess with it." That's what he said. So I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense to me." Um, this section down in here, this is actually held together pretty good for being a sand section. You see, that's about the only place on the course that kept some moisture in it, which was good being sand. But in the back here, we're going to get into like just total silt. This got a little whoopee right here. Come up here. This normally you try to hit this as hard as you can and jump over it, but they put a turn right behind it. Normally it goes straight. Go over here. I think this is the first time I've raced here, which this is like the fourth or fifth time I raced here. I think the first time where they brought us over here. It was kind of hard to find a good rhythm through that corner to me. So this, I did 655 on this one. I thank this guy here for letting me buy, which was my second fastest lap. So my 14th was 655, my 15th was 653, and then for some reason I went back down to 704 for my last lap. I don't know what was up with that. I don't try to clear this because I never can make this corner worth a hoot if I do, so I just take the punishment of coming up short on it. Slippery through, you see it's got the blue line developing. There's a lot of hard and then some loose on top of hard. This right here is easy to step your back out right there, which really sucked going right into that jump. Hard to get slowed down enough to make this corner. A little bit of whoops develop here. Many times you come up into this section right here, it really sucked because you'd be behind somebody, it'd be so dusty you couldn't even see. Early in the race, it was really bad. On the first lap or two, I really held back a lot because it's just visibility was horrible. But like I say, I'm not going to post the earlier laps because my GoPro screwed up on the first lap, and then I don't even know how much it didn't record, but it was like for over 15 minutes it shut off and then it just came back on. Really weird. I got where I was hitting these sandy berms right here a lot better. This is way better than I was doing earlier in the race. It was really hard to trust the berms because they were just super silty, and you go and you try to lean into them at all and you just start sliding off the side of the course. This section here is kind of interesting because I tend to stand up in technical stuff, but this stuff here, I never got comfortable where I felt like I could stand up through it. Every time I did, I felt like I was gonna fall down. It was just really, I think just because it's silty and loose. Like standing up on ice. There I am checking my watch to see how much time we should have left. Earlier in the race, I wasn't clearing this. And I don't know why, but I wasn't earlier for quite a few laps actually. I think for probably like 7 laps I didn't. This was really tough to carry any speed through here. Super loose and hard underneath. Probably a little rougher there than it looks. This is this really deep, loose, sandy corner here. Got a lot better as the race went on right through this section. Was slowing down too much going into that corner. We A's and B's race late in the day, and there's already been 2 C races, and the day before there were races for the minis and the vets, so the track gets really blown out pretty bad by the time we're done here. The quads race after us. They have a real dust fest. This corner here was just horrible for trying to find a good path for me at least. I never felt like I did worth a hoot through there. This got really whoopy to the right. In the middle was okay. Trying to make it to the left, you had to, for me at least, I had to cut too much speed to get over there. This is probably rougher than it looks like in the video. You see, I'm really lucky here. This guy's making a fair amount of dust, but the wind is helping me out. We're almost done with this lap here, and then I'm just going to shut up, and if you care to, you can watch the other 2. Like I said, the next lap is a couple seconds faster, and then the last lap is actually slower. I'm just leaving it on there because it finishes the race. It's a decent place to finish the video. But anyhow, I did pretty good. I didn't feel bad at all, really. I just, arms were a little tight in the beginning, but worked through that. Didn't feel fatigued really during the race. So there you have it. That's a full lap. And hope you like it. Thanks.